Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Death Stranding, where we've just begun our journey west towards Amelie and America, who are one and the same. We got another delivery that we're going to be picking up, heading over to, bring up the map, to, like, this area here, or this area there. Actually, let's remove all these markers that I've collected. There we go. Yeah, I think I have to go to here and here. But in the meantime, I do have access to, let's take a look at what, stuff I've got on me. Right now I've got two ladders. I've used two ladders and I've left them behind, I guess. And I've got a climbing anchor, level 1. Oh, okay. I can use this 2 more times, it looks like. My stamina is at the bottom, and it looks like it's fairly decent. My face... I have no idea what that means. But let's take a look and see what kind of stuff I can make. What stuff I can fabricate. Because now I can 3D print out objects. And let's see, I can make a ladder, climbing anchor.
Sam, you can use that PCC to build a post box.
PCCs can be used to build structures, but be aware that doing so will use some of the chiral bandwidth available to you. Structures can be shared with other players once built. Post boxes can be used to return lost cargo or entrust cargo for delivery by others. The share locker function can be used to exchange weapons and equipment with other players. The private locker function can be used to temporarily store personal cargo and equipment. Okay. I probably should build that. A portable chiral constructor that allows you to build various structures in areas connected to the chiral net. Building a structure will take up some of the available chiral network bandwidth, which is on the screen somewhere, maybe? Hold on. Is this anywhere on screen? Oh yeah, there it is. Chiral network is 0 out of 1560. Okay. Let's make one, just to see how it works. Did I make one? Oh, okay. I have to confirm. I also will build one ladder. Because I used 2 of them, I'll carry 3 ladders, a climbing anchor, and a PCC. There we go. Let us auto-arrange. And I look horribly goofy. Okay. What kind of orders have you got for me? Construction postbox. I probably should do that one first, rather than jump straight to the distribution center, because this looks like it's going to be more of a tutorial.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one.
I already fabricated one. Because I was planning ahead. Do I have to build another one?
To build a post box,
Okay.
it goes without...
I'm gonna carry that one by hand. Alright, let's head out. We'll...
Sam, assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you? You should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass from time to time.
Weapon usage restrictions lifted. So you do have weapons, and I'm guessing those are going to be collected under your equipment. A crypto biote. Alright, where does he want me to build this post box? Which I thought it was in that direction. Okay. It could be a lot lower. Potentially. Hard to tell with the map. Okay, yeah, I am going in the right direction, because that's where I need. To build said post box. Why does command want it built way over there? I don't know.
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers.
Oh,
Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
is this a random event or part of the plot? I'm guessing it's a random event.
Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. When you're ready to proceed, activate your PCC. Use it to build a post box within the area I specified.
Alright. There's... That's on my back, that's on my right shoulder. And a post box occupies 200 of the chiral network. Interesting how these things that are constructed are not affected by the timefall. I wonder what I have to do for a better delivery time and bridge length.
Good work, Sam. That's a fine-looking post box. If you access it and select Share Locker, you can share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. The deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually come along who could use it. If you've got enough supplies. Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters.
Oh, okay. That's neat. But now, let us head back to way station west of Capital Knot City. Maybe pick up that backup fuel and get ourselves a new job.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, now let's get rid of, I picked up the fuel canisters that were too heavy for me the last time I was around these parts. So I will... just drop it off here. I'm guessing that I need to, the game expects me to drop it off back in the capital city, but that's like way back a ways, and I don't quite feel like walking all that way. So hopefully there's going to be another porter out there who's willing to take on the job. In the meantime, let us take another order, specifically to the distribution center west Capital Knot City. We got order summary, we got a rare metal delivery. I don't think I need any additional tools. And that already puts me at 62 kilograms, just with the mission stuff. So what I can do is, if I eventually get like halfway from here to there, whatever I collect, I could build a post box and then drop it off there. And let's head out. I wonder, like, at what point am I supposed to am I expected to get back to Capital Knot City? Like, there was my private room, but my private room is just in the city, I guess? Like, am I actually expected... Yep. Took that turn too hard. Am I expected to actually go all the way back to Capital Knot City in order to use said room? And by foot, that's a little bit of a ways. But let's place that marker. We will go there. Whatever that is. An online climbing game. Probably don't need that. So this looks like a rather simple trek. Just a long trek. So, I suppose I can start off by talking a little bit about my own expectations. Oh, no.
Sam, if you stumble across any memory chips on the road, be sure to submit them via the nearest terminal. There's no telling what kind of rare and valuable data they might contain. You're sure to make someone very, very happy with your contribution.
Okay, so regardless of anything I might say about the game, I feel over the course of the last 3 videos, there have been some areas of the game in which I have been relatively critical. I definitely make fun of the game's naming conventions. Constantly. But deservedly so. The names are ridiculous. Hello, George Baton. But I feel it's very important to note that that ultimately... Ooh, upgrade structure, dismantle. What do you get for using said watchtower? Oh, alright. Ah. I didn't use the previous watchtower I found. Alright.
Today's a good day.
So, I feel like it's important to note that this is what I wanted out of Hideo Kojima. The last thing I wanted from Hideo was another Metal Gear Solid game. And I feel as though that was the trap he was essentially caught in, working at Konami. Or Konami. Is that as long as...
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
I presume it's that guy over there?
Sam, don't get too close to Mule territory unless you have to. Focus on your deliveries for now.
Okay. Alright. Never mind. Oh, hello, folks. I guess this is a plot point. So yeah, when Kojima started working on Death Stranding, I approved of it.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
Because the thing is, it allows Hideo to make something new. I feel as though with like Metal Gear Solid, it's become a very known thing. Like, there's only so much weird he can really put in there. Whereas with Death Stranding, it just would allow him to be as weird as he wants. So ultimately, a strange game in which you deliver packages across America, for America, to America, is exactly what I wanted. I'm still going to be critical of it. I'm still going to make fun of it, but it's good to see him being able to actually make new types of games instead of like with Konami, especially towards the end there. Especially now, it seems like it's hard to tell what they are actually trying to do. Like, they seem to have a good thing going with PT, and then they're like, nah, we don't want good things. They seem to have a good thing going with Lords of Shadow, although I wonder what... Like, Lords of Shadow 2 seemed to have really taken that branch of Castlevania to an awkward angle. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to play a new, different game than just more Metal Gear Solid from Kojima. Especially after Phantom Pain, though. Because, to be fair, Phantom Pain isn't exactly that great. It has, like... Phantom Pain has, like, some of the best Metal Gear Solid gameplay in any Metal Gear. It has some of the best gameplay. But, like, the story is almost non-existent. A lot of the main missions are just side missions disguised as main missions. His team created an amazing system for players to do stuff in, but the narrative just kind of got shoved to the back. And here, the narrative is still fairly prominent. Though I feel as though my trek across the country is going to have a long period of just me walking alone. Also, is this supposed to be America? Because, like, I feel as though if Fallout...
Give me a break.
I feel as though, like, if like, Fallout, like, you look at Fallout 3... What is up with that weird... Man, there's BTs.
We've got company.
I feels like you look at Fallout 3 especially. Fallout 3 takes place in a real-world-esque location and has real-world-esque buildings for you to explore, like the Capitol building and such. Like, are there going to be any actual... Are there going to be any actual, like, locations for Sam to explore that are based on real-world locations in America? Ah, damn it. Ah, nope. Yep. You know, if you make all of your enemies invisible, then you don't have to worry about them occupying any hard drive, any processing power. Ah, son of a...
Easy now.
You know, it's kind of hard to tell which way that thing is pointing, when you've got all this luggage in the way.
Yeah, pretty fucking scary.
A little scary, a little spooky. But I think I may have gotten through the worst of it. Because, like, so far as I can tell, there's nothing that's really distinct about, like, this being as America. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to... Have you tried unplugging your baby and replugging your baby back in?
Oh, kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
BB suffering from zemia? Alright. So yeah, like, is there anything that's going to make this recognizable as America? Because there really isn't any... There haven't been... I don't see any towns. I don't see any, like, cities. I don't remember seeing any towns or necessarily cities in any of the trailers, which doesn't necessarily mean they don't exist as much as it could also mean...
BB exceeds
they might have all been
Levels.
destroyed by whatever the
Triggers
Death
production
Stranding
of
is.
harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Cue that meme where like somebody's checking out a car, and like somebody slaps the trunk, and they're like, "This baby can go like 50 miles an hour." Where somebody puts a BB on the table, and Sam slaps the BB jar, and he's like, "This baby can detect BTs from miles away. Who's..."
Sam? Seems like that bike's auto-charging unit is busted. If you want to take it for a spin, you'll need to use a generator to give it some juice.
Huh, somebody just ditched their car, their ride there.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
Alright, let's drop off this cargo. Drop off this baby.
Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
I like how the word welcome is there in neon cursive. Let us drop that. Alright. Enjoy your rare metals.
Wait station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the Cairo...
Oh yeah, and I believe,
When he's not out making
what's his name?
So what you
Sam Lake should be, somewhere out here too.
talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
Alright. Got some more likes. Ah, that got points for delivery volume and miscellaneous, whatever that means.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Alright. And another knot has been tied. Although, actually, I suppose, in a sense, this kind of makes this entire gameplay aspect very close to, like, the Ubisoft formula. In which the Ubisoft formula is, like, climb tower, survey area. You're connecting this station, allowing you to see the area around it, to find out what kind of terrain is there.
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
As more facilities join the UCA, Bridges HQ will be able to provide additional functionality to those facilities, such as the ability to fabricate equipment and weapons via the delivery terminal. The range of available weapons and equipment may increase, and new terminal functions and information may be added as things progress, which would be new interview data acquired. New features have been added to your cufflinks, mail, and data, and I can now recycle. Alright.
Looks like we're on the Chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our Chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west, and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Consider it done. Now where is the private room? Let's actually share that data. Since I don't necessarily need it on my person.
So, you're a treasure hunter in your spare time, huh? It's funny. I didn't think you had it.
I just found it in passing. I literally did not go out of my way to pick it up for you. The following data can now be viewed via your cufflinks, frame arms, Bayako?
Thank you for your contribution.
No. That is more text than I really want to get into right now. Frame Arms was a series of original plastic robot figurines created by Kotubukaya, one of Japan's premier manufacturers of plastic models. Each robot shares the same basic frame architecture, with different external parts being attached to create an individual mechanoid. The Bayako White Tiger figure is a rare masterpiece based on one of Yoji Shinkawa's designs. The fully realized world and captivating story behind the Frame Arms series wanted many dedicated fans. Is that an actual thing? Alright, let's fix up the BB, and then maybe we can hit the road. Also fix up myself, because my stamina has gone down a little bit. Also, maybe see if I can fabricate some weapons for myself, because now I know that there are also some enemies that I'm going to have to deal with. Either avoid or run away from.
There? Little help.
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Its mother who's dead, right?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs.
Yes, of course. That all makes perfect sense. I already knew all that.
Conditions inside a steel mother's womb.
Also, I approve of the fact that the hologram of Dead Man just walked through the wall.
Times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with the steel mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now the pod is synchronizing with the steel mother in capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data.
So basically what we're doing is we're using a dead baby and a dead mother as a means of detecting monsters.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. no BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs.
This piece of equipment that's keeping us alive.
Cover more past data. Perhaps we'll find our
we don't know much about it, but we depend on it.
Right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
Huh. Interesting how he locks himself down. Which also by the act of handcuffing himself to the bed. The act of handcuffing himself in the bed means that he cannot be accessed by the chiral network. The chiral network requires the handcuff to be linked to his wrist. By handcuffing himself to the bed, also I noticed we can see her face in the stream. By handcuffing himself to the bed,
how are things over there?
It prevents him from being accessed by the cufflink,
Under guard.
separating him from Bridges.
Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together.
It would be, I would imagine it would be tough to even consider the idea
And if we
of
as a people can't do
bringing
that,
children
if
into
we
this
can't
world.
reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said. Extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope.
Oh no, the next mission, once I've reconnected America, is I need to go around the cities and prod people into
We'll
having
be
sex
waiting,
with each
Sam.
other again.
Waiting for you. Come and find me.
And now that he is awake, he reconnects to the chiral network.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Alright. I'm going to use the toilet. I'm going to take a shower. Just a little bloody. Just a little blood on them shoulders.
Sam, this is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, as I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive.
Ah, his feet aren't terrible.
You possess other singular to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Chirelli. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react.
Huh.
Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. Oh, it's almost time.
After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what?
Yeah, sorry.
I said, then what?
Hartman's not there anymore. I would imagine that his whole condition makes it really difficult to talk to him.
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Chiral network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed.
Yeah, that seems like it would have been a problem.
We've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Okay, I'll probably do that outside of the recording. Let's take a look, see if we can find this terminal in order to check out our email. That is a lot of data it expects me to read. Sorry, Sam, bad news. Thank you for delivering those rare metals, Sam. Everyone at Distro really appreciates you coming through with. Better got bad news for you. That bike you saw outside, its battery's dead. Oh, so that's a plot item. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once, though. Autocharger should kick in after that. Sorry if you got your hopes up. And I've got some more bad news. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials, so everyone gets what they need to make sure everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart. The whole world, even. This guy loves his thumbs-ups. Anyway, there's this guy, George Batson, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's like pulling teeth getting him to even make the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared and not having enough oxy or whatever. Always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll soon help us put that to rights. We're counting on you, Sam. Whole bunch of thumbs-ups. Sam, the man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. And hell, when we first got here, we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot, but after a while, some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself this was it. America's done. Everyone was feeling it too, and the mood was just bleak, and then you waltzed on in. Thumbs up. I know what you're thinking. At first, I thought it was just the oxytocin, too, but that's not all of it. You know, you give us a glimmer of hope. We needed by bringing us into the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again, even. Watchtowers, too. Before long, we'll be opening up new delivery routes. Mark my words. It's still scary out there, though. All the oxygen in the world won't help us with dealing with mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one, and end up dropping half our equipment. Okay, yeah. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried that we won't be able to keep it up. And that's why we need you, Sam. You're not scared of anything, right? So go show us how it's done. Alright, thanks. Thanks for the words of encouragement. Alright, let's examine the table. Let's chug ourselves a monster. Maybe another monster. Maybe a third monster.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
To use the toilet from drinking all of those monsters. Probably shouldn't drink all of those monsters. It's probably not good for you. And let's get out of here. Leave this private room. Grab our BB. And hit the road, because there are many, many miles ahead of us.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This woman in the mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
Sam, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's about managing your BB stress levels and reducing the risk of autotoxemic attacks. There are a few things you can do if your BB starts showing signs of distress.
Such as?
Such as take a moment to look after it. Cradle the pot, gently rock it, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Out
this
of
one.
curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of...
Okay, he's at least acknowledging
Like a
this
face,
hallucination.
Someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Lead-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
Okay.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician? Does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
Because you're the expert.
Maybe you shouldn't
Oh,
be
what's an
plugging
expert?
yourself into
BBs were developed decades
a
ago
BB
in
who's been
secret.
plugged into a
They're
lot of
your
other people.
quintessential black boxes. We may use them.
Also,
we don't
he
truly understand them.
he said that BB is retired after a
I've been trying to
year.
learn more, but almost all of the old records
So I
are gone.
presume that if he says
If I
the
find
BB's been
anything out, I'll
around.
tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
But oh, here we go. So L1. How do I?
That's it. Yeah, everything's okay.
Oh, that's what the icon is. That's your BB.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. So I think this is going to be where I call it for the night. Nope. It looks like Dead Man's got something.
Check the delivery terminal.
Nope, that's
and
Die
review
Hard
the
Man.
list of orders.
That's going to be it for now. If anybody got any suggestions for something to play next, leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves good night.